After the Second World War, the city of Berlin was divided amongst the occupying powers, the British, the French, the Americans, and the Russians. And the city was divided. The people who lived in the city had no input into that decision. It was done to them, and they must just accept what's been done to them, that they now find themselves living in one of those zones. What's happened to the globe right now is that the same plan has been enacted on us based on religious grounds, and that the Zionists hold all the power at the moment. They have a weapon that's capable of destroying buildings. 9/11 was a demonstration of that weapon, and the destruction of Building 7, which didn't have an airplane flying into it, was a clear demonstration of the power of the weapon that the Zionists hold. Now, using that force of that weapon, they've sliced up the world. They've done a deal with Islam. Islam will take the West. They will take the East. So it's already been divided. They've decided where the boundaries are of the religious divides. And it's going to be between Zionism and Islam, and then they will have a battle afterwards. They don't realise that. So we here in the Christian West have had an invasion and a division forced upon us that we've had no say in, and that there is a way out. We can have a say. Why do we have kings? Why did the divine right of kings come to be a way of running the country? Because only a king has the power to decide over the whole nation what that religion will be in that country. And the history of Britain, you can see we had this between schisms of Christianity. But now there is no schism of Christianity. There is only Christianity and the Gnostic texts and the words of Christ that will guide us. So here in the UK, we could say, no, we don't want to be an Islamic country. Thank you. We don't like it. We don't like the ideas that have been imported. They don't suit us. They're not natural to us. And we want them gone from this country so that we can live as Christians again. Even if that means just as cultural Christians, not believing in God, that's up to you, but you will follow the cultural Christianity in the world in which you live. And in Great Britain, we have a lovely opportunity here because we're an island. We are islands. The islands of Great Britain, including the island of Ireland, and all the Crown dependencies, can become singly Christian under a single king if we raise up a king to take the place of the one that we currently have who does not believe in God, who has allowed the Islamic takeover of Albion, of God's kingdom. And God sees this. He sees the actions of the king, and he sees the actions of all the subjects currently under the king. What God would like is for there to be peace and love on the planet, that the servants remember they're looking after the vineyard on behalf of the master and do so according to the rules that he sets them. So we can just grab that opportunity now here in the UK, all of us, and say, no, we don't want that king. We want another king. It's our constitutional right to raise up another king if we don't like the one we've got. And I don't like the one we've got because I believe he's allowing child trafficking and sexual and murder of children is going on under his watch. And I want the truth, and I want it to stop. And so do you, I believe, here in Great Britain. Are you ready? I don't know how we do it. How do we actually go about raising up a king and forcing this one off the throne? I don't know. But it's about a motion towards togetherness, a collective action in peace that just says, your days are done. This government hates us. It's trying to install blasphemy laws against Islam to the detriment of the words of Christ. And I will not stand for that. And neither should you. Because by standing up for yourself, by standing up for Christ, we can have our country back properly, and I mean really properly. A glorious place to live. One government value, no suicides in Great Britain. Why? because it's such a wonderful place to live. You can preach any gospels you like here, follow any religion you like, but you cannot preach across the gospels of Christ. They are the primary words that we are going to follow here. And then we all know where we are. So, is it today? Is it today that you decide enough is enough? Let's have peace. Let's have love. Let's have freedom. Follow the rebel king.